Hi, this is Brian Forrester coming to you from Paracas in Peru, and this is the summary of the DNA testing of the Paracas elongated skulls and related abnormalities found by medical professionals in the skulls themselves. Now, the academics that we are associated with here in Peru and elsewhere, uh, their prediction for the results of the elongated skull testing, of which we had 18 different skulls tested, was that the haplogroups that would be found would be A, B, C, or D, because those are the haplogroups of the Native American people whose ancestors crossed over the Bering Land Bridge 12,000 plus years ago. We have sent the data out to different academics. Those that wish to examine the data are welcome to contact us in order to do peer review should they wish. But I think they will be somewhat disturbed with the fact that some of the haplogroups of the mitochondrial DNA that came back were in fact, a few were B, which is typical Native American, but other ones that showed up included U2E, K, J, and H. And the commonality of those are they were all found around the Black Sea and Crimea area. Also, the largest elongated skulls in the world, aside from the Paracas, have been found in the Black Sea and Crimea area. So I'm now working on that relationship. There must have been some kind of maritime movement 3,000 plus years ago from that area, is my thesis. As regards the physical abnormalities, as I said in previous videos, the foramen magnum, which is where your spinal column enters the bottom of your skull, is at the center point in Homo sapiens sapiens, and it is quite round in shape, but the ones of the Paracas elongated skulls are significantly to the back and oval and narrower, so they probably had longer, thinner necks than Homo sapiens sapiens. And that, of course, is a genetic abnormality that cannot be explained by cranial deformation. That was confirmed by the medical experts that we had in this book, which is available from LA at lamarzulli.net. And also, it will be explored by other medical professionals, such as my radiologist friend Ken. And then also there are things called foramen ovali, I believe they're called, which are up and inside here in the skull. That is where nerve and blood flow comes out to feed the face, and that gives us our facial expressions. They seem to be absent in the Paracas elongated skulls, which means their facial expressions would have been very different from us, which again is an abnormality. Also, the two holes in the back of the skull in the Paracas were for blood and nerve flow because of the elongated nature of the skull, and not in the book, but the blood types are very curious. 12 different samples of ancient Paracas elongated skull blood was tested, a paper was written, the paper was then removed by other academics because it doesn't conform to standard or the standard story of history. 100% of Native American people who are 100% Native American genetically, from Mexico all the way down to the southern tip of South America, were and are supposed to be blood type O, 100%. But the results of the Paracas were actually of 14 samples. Blood type A, 28.5%, blood type B, 7.1%, blood type AB, which is the rarest on the planet, 21.4%, and only 43% were blood type O. So Will Hart and I, who is an author, will be writing a paper for Nexus Magazine about this. What we can basically say is that the Paracas were a very complex genetic being existing 2,000 plus years ago on the coast, and the genetic anomalies are very curious because, again, they should only be A, B, C, and D, but there seems to be a very powerful Eurasian component to their DNA. I don't know if academics will bother writing papers about this, whether they'll attack us. The results are the results. Data is data, fact is fact. And so that is the summary of the story. And again, if you want the full story, you have to get hold of this book. These are the experts, and it will be available in March via la@lamarzulli.net. So for now, still exploring the Paracas, this is Brian Forster in Paracas, Peru.